by beating the bigger Fury. For the most part, he's going to want to use his speed. He's going to want to keep the bigger man off balance, pick his spots, use his legs, give him angles where he can't get set.
Yeah.
That Usyk guy is talented. He's so talented. He's so small for a heavyweight too. He's nonstop movement and his footwork and everything. It's so different than anybody else.
Do you think he will do it, Tyson Fury?
I think, he has the potential to do it. It's really up to him and how he performs in the first few rounds.
After getting defeated by a split decision, Tyson Fury is not relaxed, and this time he is fully determined to reclaim his throne at any cost. This fight will determine the first undisputed heavyweight champion of the four-belt era.
And you've
I've watched it 1,000 times, probably not 1,000, but probably maybe 100 times. I watched it, yeah.
What do you think?
I thought it was a very good fight. I thought I did fantastic. I thought Usyk did fantastic. It was what it was. It's just someone's opinion, really, isn't it, who won the fight? Because like we see in a lot of these fights recently, especially like in fights that people think are close, then some people might have one man winning it, other people might have another man winning it. So it's just someone's opinion on the night. So yeah, it's complicated, really. I think I won. He thinks he won. I've seen him do an interview where he said, "Oh, I thought I won it by a point."
With a razor-thin margin, Oleksandr Usyk has emerged victorious against Tyson Fury, securing a historic win in their highly anticipated clash. Fury, ever the warrior, is already plotting his comeback, promising to wear the belts and silence the doubters.
Yeah, listen, there's no excuses. He's done the best he can and done what it is. Listen, he'll try and do better next time, but if he don't, he don't. And that's all there's to it. Listen, he's just got to do the best he can. And I do think there's that Tyson's with the right plan he can go on and do it. But it is what it is. Usyk's obviously a great man, isn't he? But it's a bigger win and a greater win if Tyson gets a win next time. Which I was ultra confident last time, but probably not as confident this time.
In a brutally honest take, Tyson Fury's brother Shane Fury shares his thoughts on the upcoming Tyson Fury versus Oleksandr Usyk rematch. He pulls no punches, acknowledging the challenges his brother faces against the undefeated Usyk. He's clear that it won't be an easy fight, but Tyson has what it takes to overcome Usyk's style if he makes the right moves.
Just behind you. But you know what it is? The one thing that man does, besides give a nice hug, he wins. Listen, Tyson Fury has so many edges, right? He's got the edge of being bigger. He's got the edge of being longer, right? He's very versatile. He can go get you. He can box. He can do all kinds of things. But there's one thing that they kind of count out Usyk with. And you know what he does really well? Since the Olympics, he won the gold medal. He unified all the cruiserweight titles. He went up and he won the heavyweight title. You know the one thing Usyk does?
Teddy Atlas' renewed promoter and American boxing coach revealed that Usyk can beat Fury by using his speed, footwork, and angles to keep Fury off balance and avoid standing still where Fury can capitalize.
Let's take another look at how the smaller Usyk can unify the heavyweight title by beating the bigger Fury. For the most part, he's going to want to use his speed. He's going to want to keep the bigger man off balance, pick his spots, use his legs, give him angles where he can't get set. But believe it or not, I think that there's an opportunity for him to beat the bigger man inside, because Fury's really not an inside fighter. I noticed that he likes to grab, he likes to...
He further thinks that although Fury has a size advantage, he's not particularly skilled at inside fighting. Instead, he relies on clinching, leaning, and sneaky uppercuts to tire opponents out. Teddy further thinks that by staying mobile and smart, Usyk can turn Fury's size into a disadvantage and outsmart him in the ring.
Clinch a lot on the inside, hold you a little bit, then try to hit you with an uppercut. So if I'm with Usyk, I'm going to tell him, hey, look, we don't want to stay inside with the bigger man too much, but there's going to be spots there where on the inside, when you're going to get him to look to grab you a little bit, be aware of that. When he goes to grab you, he exposes himself. He leaves a hole, an opening. Take a little step back, bang, 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 fill that hole, and then off to the side.
Meanwhile, Roy Jones Jr. has made his mind up on the upcoming rematch between Tyson Fury and Oleksandr Usyk. Speaking to the media, former multi-weight world champion Jones Jr. assessed the rematch and stated, "Well, it's a very tough predicament for both of them. You never really can tell how things are going to shape out. But to me, Fury is one of the best guys at coming back and making adjustments. I think he pretty much does most of it himself. This is why back 8 years ago I told him, get your mind together and you can pretty much beat all the heavyweights out there." He then spoke of what Fury did wrong in his mind in the first fight. The first fight was a pick, and it certainly played out like that with many close rounds and plenty of technical back and forth between two highly talented boxers. Usyk was the man who managed to make the most clear impression, though landing a big shot in the 9th round that led to Fury falling back on the ropes and being given a standing 8 count that ultimately led to him winning on the cards. Roy Jones Jr. further breaks down a critical mistake Tyson Fury made in his first fight with Oleksandr Usyk, comparing it to what he did with Deontay Wilder. He asserted, "The thing about it though is he made the same mistake with Usyk as Wilder. He knew Wilder couldn't fight backing up, so he went out there, backed Wilder up, and beat him, right? But why would you go out there and back up for Usyk? Usyk is the small guy." It was the first ever professional defeat for Tyson Fury, also known as the Gypsy King, while Usyk became the undisputed champion, which is a feat he also achieved in the cruiserweight division in 2018. Jones also highlights Tyson Fury's point in his first fight with Oleksandr Usyk backing up against the smaller man. By doing so, Tyson gave Usyk confidence, which played a significant role in the fight's outcome. He said, "You don't back up on the small guy. You back up, you give him confidence." He gave him confidence and looked at what happened. So now the sacrifice will be tougher because Usyk knows he can put Fury down from the first fight. It could work for him, could work against him. Finally, he gave his prediction and sided with another Usyk win. He goes out there and is methodical and does everything Usyk does. He'll beat him again. If Usyk does win, he could well look to unify again by taking on Daniel Dubois, who he already beat in August 2023 for the IBF title.
I don't really have to prove much to anybody, to be honest. My bank balance alone proves I'm a success. And all the titles I've won, 22, 25 belts along the way. I'm not really proving anybody wrong or right anymore. I'm just doing it for the fun and love of the game, really. I could have retired maybe 10 years ago and lived a very, very nice life. However, I do it because, let's face facts, I don't really have much else to do other than taking the kids to school and emptying the bins and picking up dog. But other than that,
Tyson Fury has often spoken about his deep love for boxing, saying, "Boxing is my passion." This reflects how central the sport is to his life, not just as a career, but as something that fuels his drive and purpose. This time, he is more passionate about winning the championship against Ukrainian fighter Oleksandr Usyk.
Boxing's my love, you know what I mean? And I continue to do it until I can't do it anymore. I come in this world fighting, out my mother's womb, and I leave this world fighting, however it may be, in whichever sense necessary.
What do you think about Usyk versus Tyson Fury?
I'm going towards Tyson Fury because I think he's just going to overpower him. He's going to catch up with him and overpower him. I could be wrong. Little guys are difficult to fight because they're harder to hit because they're smaller. He runs a lot. He moves a lot. Tyson's probably going to have a few rounds to deal with his movements, but he's very difficult to fight. Very smart, very fast.
Furthermore, Mike Tyson has made his prediction for the much-anticipated rematch between Oleksandr Usyk and Tyson Fury, and has even shared some advice for the Gypsy King as he tries to bounce back from the first defeat of his professional career. The legendary Slugger native recently shared his views on the rematch between Usyk and Fury in an interview and was openly critical of his namesake for his decision-making during the first fight. Tyson hoped that Fury could reverse the result from the pair's first clash, but was far from impressed with his showboating in the contest. He explained, "Hey listen, Usyk surprised everybody. I think Fury played around too much. I think he needs to be taking this fight seriously and hopefully we get a different result to last time." Fury agreed with Tyson's assessment during an interview with ESPN, where he conceded, "I did a lot of showboating, a lot of messing around, more than I've ever done before actually, against supposedly my toughest opponent." He said, "I did a lot of around, and it ended up costing me. The only adjustments will be on fight night, where I keep more focused and less clowning in the ring. Fury has successfully made adjustments in the past in rematches, adopting a front foot approach in his second fight with Deontay Wilder to stun the American after the pair had drawn their initial bout. For all that the former lineal heavyweight champion has achieved in his career, though, a win over Usyk to regain the unified heavyweight crown would undoubtedly be the greatest accomplishment of his time inside the ring.
Usyk is such a sophisticated, accomplished boxer, like Fury, but he's smaller. And Fury almost was there last time out. And Fury, I've said it before, I'll say it again, would have known what he did wrong instantaneously. And he's just got to put them right to get the victory over Usyk. And he never gives up, Usyk. He's, none of them boys at the top like that even think about giving up.
Professional boxer Mark Tibbs acknowledges Usyk's skill and movement, while he also highlights Usyk's speed, footwork, and ring generalship as key factors. He stresses that Usyk's ability to move in and out, avoid punches, and land precise shots would be critical to his success, especially against a fighter like Fury.
It's just, a couple of mistakes he made. I'm hoping he will, because he will correct them and then he'll be victorious. But it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard because, could be times of, we don't know if he's over tipping at the edge now. We don't know. Both of them. They've been in some hard fights, pair of them two. So it's going to be one hell of a fight, and I can't bloody wait.
Mark Tibbs would tell Tyson Fury to cut off the ring and stop Usyk from getting around him. Fury's size and power can dominate Usyk, but only if he controls the space and stays aggressive, not letting Usyk control the pace.
1,000,000%. He'll feel he has the upper hand, Usyk, of course. But a real fighter, that will give the other fighter an edge too, because he knows he's got to put it in. He's got to put it in. He's got to put it in. So yeah, it works both ways.
In the wake of Fury's high-stakes victory over Oleksandr Usyk, Deontay Wilder, an American professional boxer, didn't pull any punches, claiming that Fury was saved from a knockout loss by the referee. In a bold interview, Wilder opened up about his thoughts on Fury's latest fight, sparking heated debates among sports enthusiasts and boxing fans. Wilder declared, "Tyson Fury was on the verge of being knocked out. The referee intervened at a crucial time. That might have been what saved Fury from a knockout loss." Usyk ultimately came through a heavyweight clash of the highest caliber with the split decision victory. The loss to Usyk was the first defeat of Fury's professional career. Fury wants revenge, as well as the chance to win back the unified WBC, WBA, and WBO World Heavyweight titles when they fight in the Riyadh season. Fury warned the Ukrainian, "I always end up knocking them out in the rematch. Whoever I've faced more than once, I've ended up knocking them out in the rematch. We've got to put that behind us. What happened in the fight? I have to be a little bit more focused and a little bit more smart to get the victory. I believe it's my time this time. I believe that all things that happen, negative or positive, are lessons." To pave the way for this second fight, Usyk vacated the IBF belt, which then mandatory challenger Daniel Dubois picked up and defended against Anthony Joshua. Usyk is relishing the rematch with Fury. He said, "Just happy to fight. The second fight will be good. Tyson knows what I do. I know what Tyson does. It's a great time for me, for my opponent. I'm very happy." In a bold statement ahead of his upcoming fight, Oleksandr Usyk acknowledges the challenge of facing Tyson Fury, praising his size, boxing skills, and high boxing IQ. Usyk, however, promises that no matter how tough it gets, he won't back down. He declared, "My fight will be hard because Tyson's a big man, a very good boxer, good boxing IQ. I see from Tyson Fury's eyes, it was not easy for him. It will be hard, very, very hard. Tyson, don't be afraid. I will not leave you alone." Moreover, former world champion Duke McKenzie has issued a stern warning ahead of Tyson Fury's highly expected second match against Oleksandr Usyk, indicating that the British heavyweight could undergo another loss if his present approach continues. Fury eyes to retaliate his first professional loss to Usyk in May in Riyadh. The two heavyweight giants will square off again in Saudi Arabia on December 21st. McKenzie said, "Fury doesn't live, eat, walk, talk the sport, but you're supposed to. In between fights are where fights are won and lost. We know Fury blows up, puts on a load of weight between fights, and then he has got to get rid of all that weight again." Tyson Fury has indicated that he's gonna bulk up for the second match, with the 36-year-old maintaining he's aiming for a knockout. However, McKenzie has advised the veteran against that tactic, asserting it won't be enough to trouble Usyk. In an interview video shared on his social media account, McKenzie believes that it will be an easy sale for Usyk. McKenzie believes that the biggest undoing for Fury is weight gain. McKenzie said bigger and better isn't going to beat Usyk. It's really not. If he puts on more weight and thinks to himself, I'm going to bully Usyk this time, I'm going to go in and walk him down, I'll be able to take his shots because I'm that much bigger, it's not going to work for him. He's going to be slower, he's going to be more predictable, he's going to get hit more and a lot sooner. McKenzie warns that Fury's strategy of bulking up to bully Usyk will backfire. He believes that if Fury adds more weight, he'll become slower and more predictable, ultimately playing into Usyk's hands. McKenzie has made a bold prediction for the rematch between Tyson Fury and Oleksandr Usyk. He believes that Fury won't be able to knock out Usyk. He predicted Usyk wins the rematch all day long. I can't see how Tyson Fury beats him. He's not going to knock Usyk out. This guy is unbeaten, so you have to look for chinks in his armor. Has this guy got a bad engine? Does he get cut? Does he go down? Does he have to get up off the floor to win fights? Usyk doesn't have to do any of them. He's never shown vulnerability. Nevertheless, Fury in a previous interview had disclosed that his intention is to aim for a knockout win come December. Fury said, "It all depends on what I need to do on the night. I needed to get Wilder out of there, or he got me out of there, and that's the type of fight it had to be. It had to be a 50-50 gunsling with the biggest puncher in history, or else he'd have chinned me in round 9. Fury's approach to the rematch is clear. He's aiming for a knockout. Reflecting on his fight with Wilder, Fury acknowledges the need for high-risk, high-reward tactics.
This is what it's like to be in the ring with Tyson Fury.
Gosh, easy, isn't it? Jesus.
Tyson Fury, ahead of his rematch with Oleksandr Usyk, confidently stated, "Going into the rematch with Usyk, it's going to be the same. I'm going to roll the dice, and it's going to be you or me. Best foot forward and swing away. I've never been afraid to get knocked spark out. I've always put it on the line every time." Fury is ready to take the fight into his own hands, aiming for a knockout to ensure victory, just as he did in his previous bouts. He added, "There's no secret. I'm going in there to knock you out because I don't think I'm going to make a decision no matter what I do. I don't think I'm going to get a boxing decision, so I'm going to have to take it out of the judge's hands like I did in America that time, and I've got to get Usyk out of there. Hand on heart, I have to get him out of there to see victory."
So yeah, as if to say, oh, this man's beat me, battered me, made me quit or whatever. No, that ain't the case. He's got a victory over me like that one on my record. It's just because of someone's opinion, a biased opinion, I think, as well. Because the IBF, who had me losing 113, 112, I've just paid them whatever, paid them a lot of money to be in their rankings. They've not even got me ranked in top 15 in the new ratings. So, you know, it's they're the people who decided my career's fight performance.
Meanwhile, Todd DeBuff, president of Fury's co-promoters Top Rank, has weighed in on the upcoming Tyson Fury versus Oleksandr Usyk rematch. He acknowledges the challenge Fury faces, stressing that the heavyweight champion will need to stay focused throughout all 12 rounds. While talking about Tyson's preparation, he stated, "I don't know the gamesmanship Tyson plays, but I do think stylistically he's gonna have to be really focused for the entire 12 rounds. Usyk is terrific. He has shown that he's a wonderful fighter, an incredible heavyweight who transitioned from a lighter division up to heavyweight, and he seems like you're not gonna phase him at all mentally. Todd DeBuff also emphasizes the mental and physical strength of both Tyson Fury and Oleksandr Usyk ahead of their rematch. He further added, "These athletes are trained, very well disciplined, they've seen it all. They have grit, they have determination, and they have a powerful mind. Tyson's gonna have to stay on his game to physically phase him. I don't think mentally he'll phase him."
It is what it is. Again, it's just someone's opinion, which is usually no problem to me because I've always been a person who didn't really give a shit what people say or think up until it comes to a point where they're deciding on your life or career. Not life, but boxing fight decision. So, yeah. But either way, it was close. It could have, if it went to him by a round or me by a round, it was very close. So I was happy. You know, I didn't get the decision I wanted. I didn't get the victory, but I didn't take it out of the judge's hands. So I had.
But Tyson Fury is looking quite satisfied with his previous fight with Usyk. He said he has no regrets and he is happy even today. Meanwhile, his promoter, DeBuff, believes the former two-time world heavyweight champion has the tools to do that. DeBuff said, "When you look at that first fight, he hurt Usyk to the body. He did that, and then he got hit with that left hand that changed everything. I was shocked. I thought that there was this physical discrepancy that seemed very significant early in the fight. But once Tyson got hit with that left hand, it just seemed to all fade. His distance and his bigger size, he was on his back foot and he was on the ropes." However, DeBuff believes that everything changed when Fury was hit by Usyk's powerful left hand, which shifted the momentum of the fight. He notes that the physical advantage Fury held early on, with his size and reach, seemed to fade as he was pushed onto the back foot, ultimately allowing Usyk to take control. If Fury is successful, DeBuff thinks Daniel Dubois, who picked up the IBF title Usyk vacated and knocked out Anthony Joshua in September in a stellar performance, could be a natural future fight for Fury. DeBuff further revealed the game plan of Tyson and said, "He was peaking at the right moment against Joshua. I wasn't surprised. I think many people in the UK were surprised, and I think many people around the world were surprised. I thought whoever gets to whoever's chin first is going to be successful, and that's basically what happened. They're both punchers and they're both with marginal chins, and I think that's what we saw." Todd DeBuff revealed that Fury's game plan for the rematch is focused on timing and strategy. He noted that both fighters have strong punching power but also vulnerable chins, which ultimately determined the outcome in previous matchups. As the excitement builds for the highly anticipated Usyk versus Fury, boxing experts have made their predictions, offering a glimpse into what could unfold in the ring. With both fighters bringing unique strengths to the table, it's clear this rematch will be an all-out battle. The stakes have never been higher, and only time will tell who will come out on top. Stay tuned for what promises to be a thrilling showdown, and thanks for watching.